Moving on, the Indian Navy's indigenously built traditional stitched sail vessel INSV Kondinya has successfully completed its historic 18-day voyage and reached Muscat in Oman, where it was given a water salute. The ship departed from Gujarat's Porbandar on December 29, named for a semi-legendary mariner. Kaundinia is a stitched ship, a term that refers to vessels that have been built by stitching together wooden planks using coir rope. That formed part of Indian Ocean traffic in and around the first millennium of the Common Era. Built in Goa, this vessel is part of a government-led effort to revive traditional knowledge systems. This vessel was constructed using a traditional stitching method by a team of skilled artisans from Kerala. The Indian Navy has played a central role in this project, overseeing the design, technical validation and construction process. With no surviving blueprints of such vessels, the design had to be inferred from iconographic sources. The Navy has collaborated with the shipbuilder to recreate the hull form and traditional rigging and ensured that the design was validated through hydrodynamic model testing at Department of Ocean Engineering, IIT Madras, and internal technical assessment as well. Amazing visuals there of a civilizational journey. My colleague Priyank now joins us for more. Priyank, if I could quote Prime Minister Narendra Modi when he had met the head of Oman earlier in December last year, he had said that this is going to be a symbol of India and Oman's shared maritime traditions. Now that this journey concludes, tell our viewers how this is so significant.
Yes, Priya, this is significant because INSV Kondinya is the modern reconstruction of the 5th century Indian merchant ships which used to ply from the same route. So if you can see, this is a significant move while the maritime trade is being pushed by the Indian government. These 5th century ships have been built up in the ancient technique of the Indian stitches, and the Suezman who used to use the same method by making these wooden plank ships, which used to be small in size as compared to what we have seen. And they are made of the coconut fiber, and these are the natural resources built ships which have been made for flying on this particular route. The voyage has begun on 29th of December 2025, and it has covered roughly 1,400 kilometers across the Arabian Sea. What we can certainly see in the Arabian Sea. Flying for around 15 days, this is certainly a significant move, and this is certainly a revival of the Indian forgotten maritime heritage and also the culture and civilization of the Indian pride, which has been there in this particular route. What it will have a significant impact on this maritime trade is to strengthen Indian and Oman ties, which is certainly on routes of very higher, significant move, which has been suggested by the Prime Minister. The modern achievement of Indian ships have already been known, but using these old and primitive era masterpieces for this particular route, which were made through the naturally available resources, is certainly a significant move, which is obviously looking so beautiful. But the modern technique will certainly be there in these ships so that the overall trade perspective can be built further.
And joining me now, we also got a reaction from Indian Navy's Commodore Amit Srivatsav. Let's listen in.
क्योंकि सर हम जब इंडियन नेवी के बारे में देखते हैं तो सीना चौड़ा हो जाता है विक्रमादित्य INS विक्रांत के बारे में, और जब भी इंडियन ओशन की बात आती है तो बख्तर श्रेय के तौर पर इंडियन नेवी खड़ी रहती है। लेकिन INSV कौंडिन्या और इंडियन नेवी का उसके साथ जुड़ाव कितना अहम, कितना खास, और आज ओमान की राजधानी मस्कट में
जी भारतीय नौसेना को नींव रखी गई थी सालों से बनी हुई है, लेकिन ये जो ऐतिहासिक नींव जो हमने आज डिस्कवर किया है और जिसको हमने पूरे संसार के सामने पेश किया है, वो बहुत ही बड़ा ऐतिहासिक मोमेंट है। ये जो भारत की जो पारंपरिक तकनीक थी उतने सालों पुरानी, इसमें बिना किसी लोहे, बिना किसी एडेसिव या ग्लू यूज करके ये लकड़ी का जहाज बनाया है। इसका डिजाइन सिर्फ एक बहुत पुरानी प्राचीन पेंटिंग जो एक केव में अवेलेबल थी उसको देख के बनाया है। उसमें कोई 3 डायमेंशनल पेंटिंग नहीं थी। उसका ब्लूप्रिंट, उसका डिजाइनिंग, उसका हाइड्रोस्टैटिक स्टेबिलिटी, उसका स्ट्रक्चरल स्ट्रेंथ, इंडिविजुअल पार्ट्स कैसे बनेंगे, ये सब भारतीय नौसेना के जो आर्किटेक्ट्स हैं, हमारा जो टेक्निकी अफसर्स हैं, वो सब ने अपना ज्ञान लगा के
An engineering marvel, a cultural marvel, a journey that began in December last year from Porbandar in Gujarat has today concluded in Muscat in Oman. Let's see the spectacular welcome that Kaundinia, INSV Kondinya got in Oman. A historic voyage from Gujarat to Oman. Rishabh, tell us, we heard earlier Commodore Amit Srivastav saying that this is a historic trip that has been made. For our viewers, explain the significance of this resurrection of a ship from a picture. Everything about this INSV Kondinya is so fascinating.
Well, definitely. See, this is a very fascinating journey that we are talking about. This is a traditional hand-sewn Indian ship, which is called INSV Kondinya. It completed its historic first journey by reaching Muscat, Oman. It took 18 days for them to reach Muscat from Porbandar. Initially, it was estimated that it will take around 15 days. But it took almost 18 days to reach Oman. What we're given to understand that this very ship does not have any cabin. So the crew was sleeping in their sleeping bags. There is no electricity on the ship, and hence the headlamps that were worn by the crew was used for all the lighting purposes. The ship was led by Commander Vikas Saran of Indian Navy. Remember, this is a Smith ship that is India working upon. It's a long process that India came through, and now the first successful overseas voyage has completed. 18 days it took. It started on December 29th from Porbandar and has reached Muscat earlier today.
All right, stay on with me, Rishabh. We've also got more reactions coming in on this historic voyage.
Part of Oman, Muscat.
Kiran sir, you are standing in Muscat. Sir, you're here to welcome out INSV Kondinya from Porbandar, Gujarat to here in Muscat. How excited you are?
अगर अच्छी हिंदी भाषा में कहते सीना छप्पन का हो गया, लेकिन ये इतनी खुशी हो रही है। एक चीज जो हमने कभी सोची भी नहीं थी वो हो सकती है ये जमाने में, जो 2000 साल पहले हुई थी। तो हम वहाँ पोरबंदर में भी गए थे to break it off, and seeing it itself was very emotional. So I'm sure every community member, everybody is very happy to see that it's coming safe and sound, and we are looking forward to welcome them and make them happy and tell them thank you very much for taking this project, and we wish you all the best in your future endeavor, whatever you are doing.
16 साल पहले जैसे जहाज चलती थी और लगभग 1400 किलोमीटर की दूरी बिना इंजन के, बिना किसी मॉडर्न इक्विपमेंट के, अभी कोई इमेजिन नहीं कर सकता है कि वैसे अब तो बड़े बड़े टैंकर्स और तमाम बड़ी जहाजें चलती हैं, तो उनके बीच में INSV कौंडिन्या जो कि एक स्टिच शिप है, किसी ने सोचा नहीं था, लोग उपहास उड़ाते थे कि INSV कौंडिन्या पहुंच भी पाएगी कि नहीं, और आज हम देख रहे हैं कि INSV कौंडिन्या पहुंच रही है।
वही तो अभी ये तो आप बड़ी बड़ी इक्विपमेंट की बात कर रहे हैं, टेक्नोलॉजी भी कहाँ थी उस टाइम पे, और 2-3 साल पहले जब ये प्रोजेक्ट दिमाग में आया था तब भी हम थोड़ा बहुत इन्वॉल्व थे। हमसे यहाँ से देखो 2 साल पहले हमने एक बुक प्रेजेंट की थी, ऑल द फैमिलीज ऑफ ओमान, अंडरस्टैंड गुजराती फैमिली, how they were doing, what they were doing. At that time, the concept of Muscat to Mandvi was originated. And now it has been applying into Muscat to Mandvi. For some reason, it started from Porbandar to Muscat, not Mandvi to Muscat. But whatever it is, from Gujarat to Oman, we are happy. An excellent.
और ये एंशिएंट ट्रेड रूट भी रहा है, और चूंकि आप एक बिजनेसमैन हैं तो ये जो पोरबंदर टू मस्कट का रूट है ये काफी एंशिएंट ट्रेड रूट है और काफी बिजी ट्रेड रूट हुआ करता था, तो अब कहीं ना कहीं हम अपने एंशिएंट रूट्स को ट्रेस कर पा रहे हैं।
नहीं, बिकॉज अभी तो एवरीबडी वांट्स वेरी सुन। आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट माय ओन चाइल्ड हु लिव्ड इन अमेरिका।
Absolutely a matter of great pride, like that man put it. सीना 56 इंच का हो गया। ऋषभ, economist Sanjeev Sanyal, who has been on board, he's also a member of PM's Economic Advisory Council, has been sending off dispatches from INSV Kondinya. He had said that Kaundinia flies the tricolor across the Arabian Sea. It is ship of wood with men of steel. Tell our viewers the challenges that were faced by people because on board Kaundinya, because in these modern times, how could one even imagine traversing a path that long with a ship which does not even have an engine and everything is stitched together from scratch? There is no sample, there is no reference point to how one must operate such a ship.
Well, definitely. See, if we talk about INSV Kondinya, one needs to understand this is a ship that has been snitched by India. It's a snitch ship which is based on the 5th century ship depicted in the paintings of Ajanta caves, and this is something that India wants to blend the history culture with the modern navy. This ship does not have those navigation systems that some modern navy ships have, or for that matter, the equipment for that matter that have. But the way this ship has now completed its first voyage, as we were talking, it was estimated that it will take 15 days from Porbandar to Muscat, but it has taken 18 days. On 29th of December, it left Porbandar's port, and now it has reached Muscat. Sanjeev Sanyal has been instrumental in, this whole project. It was his pet project as well. Whenever you speak to Sanjeev Sanyal about this ship, he would very proudly describe the whole process as well. And now what we're given to understand that this whole ship, INSV Kondinya, has been named after the legendary mariner Kaundinia, who is believed to have sailed from India to Southeast Asia in ancient times as well. And the ship embodies India's historic role as a maritime nation. So now that the ship has successfully completed its maiden voyage, it is definitely a test case that how India is taking its history striding into future.
Very important that, because Prime Minister has on more than one occasion said that this is an era of cultural renaissance when we must learn to take pride in our ancient culture, those symbols, those traditions that somehow got lost in the way when there were invasions, when there were marauders who tried to suppress this culture, right from speaking about Macaulay era to now reviving culture, symbols of our culture, from Somnath to now a spectacular ship called Kaundinia. But what next for this ship after Muscat, Rishabh?
So what we're given to understand, Priya, that the ship, the plan is to take the ship to various ports and to showcase that how the historical maritime power that India is. Remember, when INS Vikrant was commissioned, insignia of Indian Navy was also changed to the historical insignia of the Maratha Kingdom's Navy. And now what we're given to understand that this ship will be taken to certain ports to showcase that India...
In fact, stay on with me, Rishabh. I'm sorry to interject you, but we have former Vice Admiral S.N. Gormare on the broadcast with us. Sir, apologies in advance if I got your surname wrong there. But tell us about this historic voyage.
Yeah, this is really a historic voyage because it brings out the ancient traditions of the maritime nature of our culture and shipbuilding, because how strong and was our string building, that a boat was made stitched ship without any nails, and that could go across the ocean and travel up to the East African nations and Muscat and Oman. And this has been proved without doubt that this capability which we had was something which I think India should be proud and the world should be proud of, the maritime heritage of India.
But sir, why was it important to resurrect this ship? You know, many have been arguing. We saw the trolling that happened.
It is an important aspect to resurrect because the world must know the strength of Indian shipbuilding. And also it is important that even our people, Indians, must know the strength of Indian shipbuilding. And we need to ensure that we build this capability which we actually had but was lost somewhere. The Bombay shipyard under the Wadias has built 200 ships. No modern shipyard has built that many ships so far. This was in the 1800s. So you can imagine that's the capability which our country has got.
Are there any lessons in engineering or the kind of challenges that
many lessons which we have learned, because these are something when we did this, it's a project which has been taken together, and again through various agencies work together. Of course, Indian Navy took this thing and. So we had taken in that particular manner. So I think it's a very, very important lesson that how we can reconstruct and resurrect our heritage. And therefore, anything is possible in India. Means we have the capability. That's, I think, the lesson we need to learn from here.
Okay. Are we also going to see more such endeavors?
We look at very pragmatic solutions. We just don't have to do something which takes away our time. See, our time to progress ahead is very important. We have less time and more work to do, and I think we need to prioritize our work in a manner which brings our culture and heritage to the top, and also builds India and progresses towards Viksit Bharat. I think that is our final aim. So anything which it goes in that direction, we will do. It doesn't have to be that we have to keep repeating something.
Right. Thank you, sir, for joining us with your insights on that. An extremely proud moment for India. Right there, you can see the water salute being given to INSV Kondinya as it successfully completes its journey from Porbandar to Muscat.